Welcome to another On Deck Baseball gameplay video. Today we're going to dive back into the Continental Baseball Alliance for a matchup between the visiting Phantoms, who are 9-13, against the home team Gators, who are 15-7 and starting to run away with their division. We are going to have a matchup of Mark Francis taking the mound for the Gators. He is a 1-2 record holder with a 3.1 ERA and 29 innings pitched. And taking the mound for the Phantoms, typically a very strong rotation, Antonio Ibanez, who's sporting just a 1-3 record with a 7.5 ERA in only 27 2/3 innings. So a small sample size there. He got lit up a couple of games and basically exploded that ERA. Before the game, I did already do the pregame durability rest check on the players. The Phantoms will have Millard McClure sitting out today. He is their starting shortstop. So taking over at the short position will be Lariego. He is a natural second baseman, so he's going to be in a secondary position. And going over to second base, we have rookie Mathis. Let's see, and Adam Mathis, he is from the expansion draft set, so he will be considered a rookie in this league since he was called up from the Phantoms farm system. The Phantoms also have several players on the injured list. Right fielder Stewart, third baseman Hatfield, and second baseman Walker. 3 starters in their lineup are sitting out because they're on the injured list, or disabled list, whichever one you want to go by. And for the Gators, we have Howard Holly, their cleanup hitter. He is sitting out today. And they also have Jay Kemp on the injured list for, I believe, just about a week more. But those are 2 very potent bats that they will surely be missing in this game. So that said, let's go ahead and dive into the game. As I said, the Phantoms are the visiting team, and they will be batting first. So, starting things off, we have Billy Rollins. He is a left-handed batter against the righty on the mound, Francis, and that will be a +1 on the roll. And we're going to start things off with the batter's card. It's going to be a 9-1, and we have a walk to start things off. Billy Rollins is setting the pace right now in stolen bases in the league. He does have 14 steals in just these 22 games. We're going to go ahead and see if he can get the jump. He has a 5 jump against a -1 on the hold runners from Francis. He does get it. The catcher for the Gators is a 3-arm, so we have a 30% chance of making it there, and a 10 is a safe. So Rollins gets aboard with the walk, promptly steals second base, getting into scoring position. That'll bring up Jasper Garrett, third baseman for the Phantoms. It is a lefty versus righty again, and that is going to be a -1 this time, and that will be a pitcher's card. 8-6 is a base hit, and right off the bat, a stolen base might prove fruitful here, as we're going to see where this ball goes. That goes to the right fielder. The right fielder is Lowry, not the strongest of arms. Rollins is going to go. There will be no throw to attempt to get him out, holding Garrett at first base. And we have a base hit and an RBI in just the first 2 batters. Nobody out in the top of the first, and already the Phantoms are leading 1-0. Jack Hicks will be the next one up. It's a righty versus righty, -1. That is going to be a pitcher's card. 8-6, another base hit, and that will move Garrett to second. Not going to risk going to third here with Glenn coming up and nobody out. It is going to be equal. That is going to be a pitcher's card, and a 9-6. We're getting a lot of bases off of the pitcher's card. That is a base hit. Once again, we're going to see where that ball goes. That goes to the left fielder this time. The left fielder is a 2-arm as well. Garrett is going to take home with no throw, holding the base runners, and Glenn with an RBI single. That is Glenn's 11th RBI on the season. He is batting .267, so he is not having the greatest of years, but he is one of the RBI machines in this lineup since they don't have a very potent offense. That's going to bring up the catcher Tucker. He's a switch hitter. He's going to be hitting 4 against there and left, so we have an equal. That's going to be a pitcher's card. And an 8-7, another base hit. This is an explosive inning we have going on right here. Hicks is slower than Tucker. He's not going to get the chance to go, so we have bases loaded, nobody out. Bringing up Neil Millar. Millar is a right-handed batter against a righty pitcher, so it's equal. And it's going to be another pitcher's card, but they seem to be doing damage there. And another 9-7 is another base hit. That's going to score Hicks. Glenn is a very slow runner, so the logjam continues, but they score another run. And that is 3 on Francis. We are going to have to roll on his poise early, and that's going to be a -1 on Francis. He may not make it out of the inning. So it is now a righty versus righty, and now Francis is a -2 against the rookie Saunders. And a batter's card for the rookie. Let's see if the trend here, an 8-7 is another base hit. So the Phantoms are unleashing their offense here. Saunders is speedy, so the logjam stays. Bases loaded, but another RBI single. And the Phantoms are up 4-0 now. Now we have Adam Mathis, a rookie, up. It is equal. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 8-1, finally an out. And it looks like it's going to be a ground out. We're going to find out where this ground out goes on the batter's card. 5 goes to second base. The second baseman is a 5 on fielding against Saunders. And I'm going to need a 6 to get safe at second. I don't get it, so half of the double play is done. That is a 4-6, and their shortstop. Remember, it's not Jay Kemp, so the fielding does go down to a 4. Adam Mathis, I need a 3 or a 9. I don't get it, so the double play works. Because the runner was in motion, it is an RBI. Tucker does score on the play, and Millar will move over to third. So now we have 2 away with a man on third. Lariego up to the plate. And it's going to be a -1 on the roll. That's going to bring it down to a pitcher's card. And a 4-7. It looks like they will get out of the inning on a ground out to second base. So they bat around in the inning, scoring 5 runs in the first. And they eventually get out of it, the Gators do. And now we'll bring up the bottom of the first. Metcalf leading off for the Gators. Metcalf having a great season so far. He didn't start off the season as a starter, but he played so well as a replacement player for somebody who got scratched that I kept him in there. He's batting .365 with only 52 at-bats, 14 runs scored, and has stolen 4 bases, so he's been able to get into scoring position. So we're going to see a -2 on the confrontation roll here. It's going to be a batter's card. And that is a 4-3. He's going to strike out for the first batter for the Gators. Bringing up Lucas, who's a switch hitter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 6-1 is a possible error. We're going to go ahead and roll 2 dice again to see where that error is. And it's on a flyout to right field. The right fielder is Saunders, a rookie. And it is a 1-base error, so Lucas reaches on an error to the right field. Alright, that'll bring up Gomez. Gomez also having a very good year, batting .316 so far with 4 home runs and 11 RBIs and 11 runs scored. So he is doing very well at this point. He's a switch hitter. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. A 3-1 is a strikeout. I'll bring up Clark, who's hitting cleanup now for the missing Howard Holly, who was a pregame scratch. -1 on the roll. That is going to be a pitcher's card. And 8-5 is a base hit, so Clark gets a base hit. That's going to move Lucas over to third. May actually have a chance at scoring here. Let's see where it goes. And it's going to go to center field. Billy Rollins patrolling out there. He has a 2-arm on Lucas. You know what? They're going to go for it. And the Phantoms are going to try and get him out. Might as well if they're up 5-0 so far. So it's a 70% chance Lucas will beat this out on a 2-arm. The roll is an 8. He makes it. So the score is there. It's an unearned run, but an RBI for Clark as he moves into second base on the throw. Morin up, the catcher. Be a -2 on the confrontation roll. That is going to be a pitcher's card. 6-6 is a pop out to shortstop. So after 1 inning played, we have the Phantoms up 5-1 with the Gators scoring on a base hit by Clark, scoring Lucas, who reached on an error. So top of the second now, we have Francis still in the game. He's a -1 on the pitching. And we are going to go ahead and have a +2 on the confrontation roll. That is going to bring it to a batter's card. 9-6 is a base hit. So Rollins aboard again. I'm not going to bother trying to steal this time, as they're already up 5-0. Why risk it? We have an equal on a confrontation roll. That is a batter's card on Garrett. 6-2 is a ground out to the pitcher. So turning over, trying to get Rollins into second base. 50 shot, you know something, that might have been a slow roller. We're going to go ahead and get the automatic out at first with Rollins advancing to second. Hicks is now up. It's going to be equal on a confrontation roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 6-6 is going to be a line out to the shortstop. Now keep in mind, since there's a runner on second base, there's a possibility of a double up with a line out hit to the shortstop or second baseman. And we were hit to the short, who is fielding a 4 with Rollins on base is a 5. So it's a +1 on a confrontation roll there. And it's only a 5, and Rollins is doubled up off of second base. And that will be 3 outs. Now going into the bottom of the second, Joe Aldridge, the young first baseman in the game. And we have a switch hitter against a righty. So that is going to be a -1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-3 is going to be a ground out to second base. Gonzalez up. It's going to be a -2. Gonzalez the shortstop. It is a pitcher's card. 10-5 is a fly out to left. -1 on a confrontation roll. That is going to be a batter's card. 9-8 is a double for Chris Mikoldonich. So we have a man on second with 2 away. Shane Lowry coming up to the bat to -2. That's going to be a batter's card. 10-9, big swing here. That is going to be a triple for Lowry. Mikoldonich will score. And it gets the score closer as we're now 5-2 in favor of the Phantoms. With Metcalf coming up, who's 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout. That's going to be a -2 on the roll. We have a batter's card. 5-1 is going to be another strikeout. And the side is retired with 1 run coming in. After 2, we are 5-2 in favor of the Phantoms. Joe Glenn will come up. He had that big base hit in the first inning, scored 1, and then scored a run himself. Mark Francis still in the game here. It's a -2 against a 3, which is a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a big batter's card. 6-4. Can't do much with it as he grounds out to third base, 5-3. Tucker is now up. He's batting lefty. It's going to be a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 4-3 is a K. Looks like Francis may have settled down a little bit. It's going to be +1 on the roll here. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 4-2 is a ground out to shortstop for Millar. So after a rough first inning, he goes 6 batters to get through the second and the third. Not too bad. Antonio Ibanez is still on the mound for the Phantoms, this time up against Lucas, who reached on an error and scored in the first inning. And it is equal on the roll here. That is going to be a batter's card. 9-2 is a fly out to center field. Let's see, that brings up Augusto Gomez. Again, having a pretty good season for himself. That's going to be a pitcher's card. I'm going to roll that over since one got stuck there. 5-4 is a strikeout. And Clark coming up, DHing in the spot where Howard Holly usually sits. It's going to be a -1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-6 is a base hit, so Clark is 2 for 2, sitting or getting a chance in the lineup with Howard Holly out. And Ibanez up against Octavio Moran. He is 0 for 1 with a pop out to shortstop. It's going to be a -2 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-8 is a double. And with 2 away, that's going to bring around Clark to score with no throw, a double and an RBI. And that brings it to 3 runs against Ibanez. I'm going to have to roll on his poise, and it is a -1. So Ibanez having another tough start for who is usually a pretty solid pitcher. So we have 2 away men on second. I'm bringing up Aldridge, the switch hitter. It's going to be equal now on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 8-3 is going to be a flyout. All right. So after 3 innings, the score is now 5-3 as the Gators continue to chip away at the lead the Phantoms put together in the first. Francis still on the mound, trying to forget about that first inning. It's going to be a 2 and a 2. So it's equal against Saunders. That is going to be a batter's card. And a 10-8. And we have a home run. Jason Saunders, a 10-8 home run for his first CBA home run of his career. And he is 2 for 2 now with 2 RBIs with that home run. And that'll be 6 runs on Francis. We're going to have to roll on his poise again. And no change there, so he's not too rattled by that. Still recovering from that first inning, though. All right, Adam Mathis, a rookie second baseman for the Phantoms. He is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play. And it's going to be equal on the roll here. That's going to be a batter's card. 8-1 is a ground out to third base, 5-3. Lariego coming up. It's now a -1 on him, and that's going to be a batter's card. The speedy second baseman playing shortstop this game, and he's going to fly out to left field. And that's going to bring up Rollins, 1 for 1 so far today. He's already scored a run and stolen a base. He is going to be a +2 on a confrontation roll. That's a batter's card. 2-1 is not good, though. That's going to be a strikeout. He doesn't strike out a whole lot, but he does here. putting up an MVP campaign so far in this year. Alright, so that'll bring up the bottom of the fourth. Gators still trying to chip away. It is now 6-3. Ibanez is still on the mound. We are a -1 on a confrontation roll against Jose Gonzalez. That's a pitcher's card. 10-7 is a base hit. Gonzalez reaching. And that'll bring up Chris McEldownich. He is equal on a pitcher's confrontation. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 5-3 is a K. So 1 away. Lowry up. Going to be -1. That would be on the pitcher. 2-2 is another K. And I'll bring up Metcalf. Not having a solid game. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts so far. Ibanez seems to have his number. It's a -1 on the roll. We have a pitcher's card. 8-5 is a base hit. So Metcalf is on. And you know what? They need some... Oh, wait. There was a runner on. He is slower. I could risk going to third, but I don't want to take that risk being down. So it looks like that's going to bring up Lucas, who's a +1 on the roll. And it's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-4 is a ground out, so Ibanez gets out of that one with the first baseman taking it himself. Alright, that'll bring Mark Francis into the top of the fifth, facing off against Jasper Garrett. And it will be equal on the roll. There's a pitcher's card. 4-4 is a strikeout. Hicks now coming up. He is 1 for 2. And it's going to be equal on the roll. That is a batter's card. 8-1 is a flyout to right field. And Glenn now coming up. The 267 hitter looking to add to the Phantoms' lead. It's a +1 on the roll, and that's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-1 is a flyout. So 1-2-3 inning here for Francis. That flyout going to left field. Ibanez going into the bottom of the fifth here, facing off against Augusto Gomez. And let's see, it's going to be a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 10-5 is a walk. So Gomez gets aboard on a walk, bringing up the DH, Randy Clark. It's going to be equal on the roll there. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-1 is a flyout to left field. The catcher, Octavio Moran, now up. It's going to be a -1 on a confrontation roll. That is going to be a batter's card. 7-2 is a flyout to right field. And Joe Aldridge, the first baseman, is up. He is batting lefty. It's going to be equal on the roll. That's a batter's card. 4-4, not a good sign. That is a strikeout. So after a leadoff walk, the Gators can't get anything going, and they still trail the Phantoms 6-3. So now Francis going into the sixth. He has a 5 stamina. So we're going to have to definitely roll on him. 40% chance of no change happening. He is a -1 already. Using the All-Star fatigue rules, he would be going into the book right now as a -4. I think that's probably enough, because if I roll, it's a possibility of a -6. So we're going to go ahead and take Francis out. A rough outing for him. Came in today 1-2 record. Not looking to improve that. And we're going to have to look for somebody who can go a few innings here. Marino can't. Let's see if Zamora. Looks like Zamora is good to go. So Juan Zamora is going to be coming into the game. He is one of the Gators' long relief pitchers. And Leroy Tucker, the catcher, will lead off for the Phantoms. He is a switch hitter, so he'll be batting righty against the lefty, and that is going to be equal. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-5, and he leads off the 6th inning with a base hit. Neil Millar coming in, a righty against the lefty. It's going to be a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 9-8 is a single. Tucker going to second, so it's first and second, nobody out. Saunders up, hit his first CBA home run of his career last at bat, and it's going to be a -2 on the roll, and he gets a batter's card out of it. 4-4, that doesn't look good though. It's going to be a strikeout. So one away, first and second. Adam Mathis, the other rookie in the lineup. It's going to be equal on the roll. That is a batter's card. 8-4 is a line out. We got some people on base here to the shortstop. So it's a line out to the shortstop, and we're going to have to see if Tucker gets doubled up. Gonzalez is a 4. Tucker is a 4 also, so it's equal on a confrontation roll. And he gets a 9, so he is clear and back in at second after an attempt to double him up. Scott Lariego is up. It's going to be a -1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 1-1, that is a strikeout. Alright, so same thing with Antonio Ibanez here. We are going to have to roll on him. He has a much better chart here. Only a 30% chance of taking a hit with no -2s. I am going to go ahead and roll on him. Gets a 3, so no change. And he will pitch in the 6th inning. He is a -1 because of that adjustment for the 3 runs given up. So it's going to be a -1 on the roll. That is going to be a batter's card on Gonzalez. And a 5-1 is a strikeout. McEldonych is up. It's going to be equal on the roll here. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 8-6 is a flyout. Just missed a base hit. And that flyout will be going to right. I'll bring up Shane Lowry. He is playing right field in this game, which is not his best position. But he did get a triple in his first at-bat with an RBI. And we're going to be a -1 on the roll here. Seem to have lost my die. And it's going to be a pitcher's card. 9-5 is a flyout. Center field. So that'll do it for the Gators. And after 6, it is 6-3. Zamora still taking the mound here for the Gators against the Phantoms, and Rollins leading off. He is 1 for 2 so far in the game with a walk, stolen base, and a run scored. So he is going to be lefty versus lefty. That's going to be equal. And that is a batter's card. 7-5 is a line out. This is shortstop. I have another lefty-lefty here. It's going to be equal on the roll. It's going to be a batter's card for Jasper Garrett. 9-6 is a base hit. So Garrett gets his 2nd hit of the game. He is a 4-speed. You know, we're going to try and see if he can get this base. It's a 3 against a 3 for jump versus hold runners on the confrontation roll. He does not get it. So not getting the jump, he does not take off for second. And we have Hicks up. It's a -1 on the confrontation roll. That's going to be clearly a batter's card. 6-6, not looking too good. That's another line out. To right back to the pitcher. Garrett staying safely at first. And I'll bring up Joe Glenn, the big first baseman for the Phantoms. It is a +2 on the roll. That is a batter's card. 4-1. That is not going to be much there, though. So that is a strikeout. 3 away, top of the 7th. All right, so Ibanez going into the 6th here. Again, a pretty good line. We're going to go ahead and take our chances. Got a 60% chance of no change. 5 is not that, but it's only a -1. So he has a -2 now in the game, with the top of the order coming up for the Gators. So he will have a short leash, most likely, in this inning. So now a -2 against a 2, so it's equal. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-3 is a ground out. To shortstop, 6-3. Lucas now up, the switch hitter. It's a -1 against a +3, so a +2 on the roll. That is a batter's card. 7-8 is a base hit. Lucas reaches his first hit of the game, second time on base after reaching on that error in first. And they need some runs. He is a jump of a 2, a 4. Yeah, but the Phantoms have that Tucker behind the plate with a forearm, so not going to risk it here. It's a +2 on the roll for Gomez. That's only brings it to a 5 pitcher's card. 10-7 though, and that is a base hit. Let's see where it went. Let's see if Lucas is going to try for third. Goes to center field. Center fielder's arm is a 2. And it's 50-50. We're going to try and get him to third base. So the throw goes into third base, and he is out from center. An 8-5 on the assist with Rollins. The second out of the inning. Gomez will advance to second base on the throw, and now will bring up Clark. So that could be a big game play right there. It's going to be +1 on the roll for Clark. That is going to be a pitcher's card. 7-1 is a flyout. See where that flyout goes. So that flyout will end the inning to right field. So a big time play right there as Rollins guns out Lucas, trying for third on the base hit by Gomez, ending a potentially rally in the 7th. As we go to the top of the 8th, Zamora still on the mound. Tucker will be hitting right-handed, so it's a -3 against a 3, so that's equal. That's going to be a batter's card for Tucker. 5-4 is a strikeout. Neil Millar up. It's going to be +1 on the roll. That's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-5 is a pop-out. Millar will pop out to center field. Saunders, 2 for 3 so far, having a pretty good game. It's a righty against a lefty. It's -2. It's a hard roll, but he does get the batter's card for the second time in a row against Zamora, I believe. And a 3-2, though. That's going to be a strikeout. So 1-2-3 in there for Zamora. All right, going into the bottom of the 8th, it looks like Ibanez is going to have to come out. A decent game compared to his other starts. He's hoping to improve the 2 and 3 here, assuming that the Phantoms can hold the lead. We're going to go ahead and see who we have. Can't use McDonald, but Washington is rested. So a premier setup man here coming into the game. And Octavio Moran will come in from the on-deck circle. And it's going to be a -3 on a roll. It's going to be a 4 for a pitcher's card. 3-1 is a strikeout. A switch hitter coming up next. Young Joel Aldridge, batting lefty. Still going to be a -2 on the roll, though. And he gets a batter's card. 5-2 is a strikeout, though. Possibility of striking out the side here. -3 on a roll against Gonzalez. That's going to bring it down to a pitcher's card. 7-6 does not strike out the side, but gets Gonzalez inside to pop out to the third baseman. Zamora looking to stretch his outing to 4 innings. His stamina is a 3. We are going to roll on him. A 9 is only a -1. That's a decent hit to take. They don't want to burn up their bullpen. Already losing 6-3 here. So Zamora is now a -2 against the righty. It's going to be a +1 on the roll. And that's going to be a batter's card. 7-1. Mathis is a ground out to shortstop, 6-3. Another righty. It's going to be equal on the roll here. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 10-10, -4 on a possible home run to Lariego. Not much power here. It's a -4 against the 2. So it's a -2 on a roll. 6 or above is a home run. And he rolls an 8. Wow, Lariego, Scott Lariego, popping one just over the fence, putting up the Phantoms 7-3 now with an unlikely home run. Let's see where it went. 7. And it goes to right field. So he pushes one into right, just making it over the fence for a home run. And the Phantoms up 7-3 now. That'll bring up Billy Rollins. It's lefty versus lefty, a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. I have one away here. 8-7 is a base hit. Rollins on for the 3rd time, 2nd hit of the game. You know, we're going to add a little salt to the wound here and see if we can get a stolen base. It's a +2 on a jump roll. He does get the jump against the 2 arm. And he steals the base, snuck it in. Right behind a couple of outs there. So now we have 1 out with a man on second. Rollins, second base, 2nd stolen base of the game, giving him 16 on a year. Jasper Garrett is up. It's a +1 on the roll. That's going to be a batter's card. 3-1. That is a strikeout. Hicks is now up righty. It's going to be equal on the roll. Pitcher's card. 8-2 is a flyout. So no more damage done against Zamora. But the home run by Lariego puts the Phantoms up by a score of 7-3. Now with that extra run, doesn't go into a save opportunity, we're going to go ahead and see if we can get Washington to stay in the game here. I'm going to roll on his 1. It's a -2. So his arm will be hurting after the game. But he gets to stay in and face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. So we have righty versus righty. It's now going to be equal on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card against McEldonych. 8-4 is a ground out. To shortstop, 6-3. And we have a -1 on the roll against Lowry. That's going to be a batter's card. 8-8 is a base hit for Lowry, 2nd hit of the game. Not going to try and steal here because honestly, it doesn't make a difference. And now bring up Metcalf. And it's going to be -1 on the roll. Bring it down to a pitcher's card. 9-5 is a ground out. Well, the double play could have gotten out of the double play. Let's see if he stole the base. It's going to be shortstop. Shortstop is Lariego, not his natural position. Brings it down to a 4. A 4 on Lowry. 4, 5, and 6 going into second are safes. And he beats out. On a 6-4. With the second baseman making a turn, he is a 2 on Metcalf. At 10, he does get him there. So a blown double play, man on second with 2 outs. And now we'll bring up Lucas. It's now going to be a +1 on the roll. It's going to be a pitcher's card. 6-2 is a K, so that will do it. Lucas striking out for the final out of the game. The Gators take the loss at 7-3. Phantoms win it 7-3. What a game, huh? We had a couple of home runs, unlikely home runs. One by a rookie right fielder, and another one by a shortstop who doesn't have a lot of pop in Scott Lariego. For the Gators, Clark was 2 for 4 in the game. Lowry 2 for 4 as well with a triple and an RBI. So not bad offense from either side, but the Phantoms will take it, and that will give Ibanez a much needed win, improving him to 2-3. Go ahead and put the pitchers away here, and we'll do some stat tracking. One of my favorite aspects of this game. So we're going to go ahead and flip the card over here. Francis is going to take the loss, and no decision for Zamora. Francis went 5 innings, Zamora 4. Francis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits allowed. Majority of those in the first inning. And he gave up 6 runs. They were all earned. And walks only 1. Ks 1, 2, 3 Ks. 9, 18, 22 batters faced, and 1 home run allowed. Zamora did allow that home run to Lariego. And for Zamora, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, so 13 hits altogether for the Phantoms. 1 run allowed for him. No walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks. And 17 batters faced. Not a bad outing for Zamora. Unfortunately, it came in after that rough patch by Francis. Ibanez gets the win. Washington, a hold or no decision. He goes 7 innings for Ibanez, 2 for Washington. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. 3 runs, only 2 of them earned against Ibanez. 1 walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ks for Ibanez. 9, 18, 27, 31 batters faced. Did not give up any home runs, neither did Washington. Washington went those 2 innings, allowing only 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 3 Ks, and 7 batters faced. And we go into our league book, which is where I keep all the standings and everything for the teams here. The Phantoms pick up a win, only their 10th of the season, putting them at 10-13. And the Gators take the loss, only their 8th of the season, and they go down to 15-8 on the year. We're going to take a look at our injuries. Stewart, another day off. He still has quite a few to go, about 29 days still. Nobody on that side. Kemp, only 3 more days to go. Hatfield gets another mark off there. I'll do it for the league book. Now going into the teams for the Phantoms. They got the win, 7-3. As far as the pitching goes, Foster gets a day back, Correa gets a day back, Brooks a day back, McDonald a day back. And now going into the book, we have Ibanez. Had -2 in-game fatigue points. Gets -1 for the appearance and then he pitched 6 innings. We'll give him another -2, so it's going into the book as a -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Washington had a -2 in the game. Did not go 3 innings, but he does get 1 for the appearance. So he's going to go in the book as a -3. He'll be out, at least not fully rested, if the Phantoms choose to bring him in from the bullpen for the next game, next couple of games actually. We'll put our score sheet in the back here. And now the Gators. They took the loss 7-3. And Marino gets a day back. Horry and Marino are both fully rested now. Bowerman gets a day back. Kelly comes back fully rested. And going into the book for the Gators, Francis took -1 during the game. He only gets a -1 for 3 innings pitched and a -1 for the appearance, so he's only going into the book on a -3. Zamora pitched 4 innings, so he gets a -1 for 3 of those, a -1 for the appearance, and he had a -1 in the game, so he is going into the book as a -3 as well. And Zamora is an important arm for the Gators, especially in games like this where they give up a lot of runs and need to cover some innings. So I hope you enjoyed that game. That was the Phantoms against the Gators from the CBA, my CBA, the Continental Baseball Alliance. I hope you enjoyed it. A couple of standout things in that game was 2 home runs, one by a rookie and one off of a strong pitcher's card by Scott Lariego. The massive amount of hits and runs in the first inning, 5 total runs for the Phantoms off of, I believe, 5 consecutive hits and a walk. So a lot of nice offense in that game. If you have any questions or comments about that game, leave them down below. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. As I get closer to 100 subscribers, I plan on doing some live sessions with a couple of guest players as well. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it.